You need to come in a bit more.
I tried going
Okay. And let me see how I can bend the cameras. That's the problem with Instagram. It's so narrow. You see these ones, we are perfect there. You can see. It's effortless. Okay, it's okay, fine here. All right, guys. Hi, guys. I'm Daddy Freeze, and this is Yella. Let me put her account at. What's your handle again?
Danny Diana.
Oh, Danny dot Yella, not Yella. Danny. Danny. Did I get that?
Yeah.
Dot Yells. Did I get that? Okay. And who's your mom talking to?
I don't know, I'm watching.
And I. Voice is loud. Discuss. Okay, I can hear Marachi's voice too. Marachi doesn't talk loud normally. Please, this night, don't talk about politics, Mr. Man. You know the problem with you is you are dense. You come to somebody's live and tell them what to talk about and what not to talk about. Meanwhile, we are not even talking about politics. Someone says Nigerians, when I know they sleep. Who told you that our topic is for Nigerians? Our topic is for a global audience. Canadians are awake at this time. Americans are awake. As usual, you narrow yourself down to your Nigerian brothers and sisters. Most of them do not have data to watch or money to patronize. So this is a very, very difficult topic. Health Attainer is going to join us live. I'm waiting for her. We're supposed to have started earlier on. We just had a charger fight. Have you ever had a charger fight in your house? I woke up and somebody had stolen my charger, and I suspected them, especially Amarachi, because she uses my type of. There's only one person in the house that uses Type C charger, and that's Amarachi. So someone said it's 7 p.m. in Atlanta. It's 6:11 where they are. So it's 3 a.m. Oh wow, some people are 3 a.m. That means some people are farther than us. So Nigerians will come and be complaining and saying all sorts of things. Peter Ebojele, how are you doing? Anyway, the topic today is a very, very deep topic. And I just realized that most parents most parents do not have that conversation with their kids when it comes to intercourse, which is the word we're going to use. I hope you remember. When it comes to intercourse, parents don't have the conversations with their kids. John Ogoro says, please tell your
What
daughter
is
I'm a
yours?
classmate. She knows all her classmates. So,
No, you would have been telling me to tell your father I'm your
mhm,
classmate.
mm. So, anyway, it's this a very difficult topic. She's going to, how old are you going to be this year?
21.
She's going to be 21 years old. By the time my mother was her age, she was pregnant with me. So we'll be dumb to treat her like a child because when my mother was her age, she was pregnant with me. And my mother is still a professor of law, vice chancellor of a university. So it is silly of us to assume like our parents assumed. I'll give my mom a lot of credit though. My mom didn't assume like most parents assumed. My mom was more open, but it was always an uncomfortable conversation. Having a conversation with your parents about intercourse, it was always an uncomfortable conversation. And we've never really sat down to have that conversation. And she was just telling me this evening that she and her mom have not really had that conversation properly. Or what were you saying?
Yeah, we never really spoken about it. She never actually told me. I don't know, she didn't really tell me much.
I tried, even though I also haven't had that conversation properly with them, at least I try to warn them about STIs. I try to show them what could happen, with uh, HIV. I remember showing you guys a video of a girl who had become, her legs were like this. You remember that video? You know? So, but the problem is there are many dimensions to this. And I'm bringing a doctor who's going to be having a conversation with us. If you ask any rude or dumb question like Oluwa Dami Siri, which I'm going to block because you're dumb, why would you ask such a question? Your parents obviously were playing kite when they were supposed to be raising you. Sadly, your parents didn't have the capacity to raise you well, or you did not receive the raising. Oh, Beko, your Omo Yoruba kuku ni e go. So let me just first of all block you because you don't have sense. Why would you ask such a forward question? Someone says, because the culture in Africa doesn't permit it, but it's becoming more popular amongst parents of the 70s and 80s. Absolutely. Now, let me warn you, the culture of Africa that does not permit this has a lot of polygamy. Nigerian women, according to statistics, are the least likely to be faithful in a marriage. The second, or the no, did you watch that documentary? That those statistics where Nigerian women were considered the most unfaithful on earth, and we, when it comes to paternity fraud, we are second only to Jamaica. So our culture is literally useless if it doesn't produce results. She's going to the university so she can get a degree, and every year you get results, right? So, what is the use of a culture that produces no results? We are not more moral than the cultureless. You go to Europe, they don't have children all over the place like we do, yet we are the ones with the moral upbringing. So it worries me. Dr. Wire, you've been warned. One more comment like that. Are you still single? Let's get married this weekend. That's a very dumb thing to say. And obviously, we're not here to joke around. So if you're not going to, let me just promote you, Seth, before I no need, let me just rapture you out. So any rude comment, because this is a mature topic, and for you to have this conversation, you have to be intellectually sound. So let us start first of all with the regulars while we're waiting for let me call this Dr. Kelechi. While we're waiting for Dr. Kelechi, what is your take on this topic?
Okay, I'm going to say why I'm here. I want to just gauge how everybody else thinks because there is no one right answer. Do you understand? I'm not here to talk about sexual health because there isn't much I know about it, but I was here mostly to talk about abstinence, why it's pointless, etc.
Let's talk about abstinence, for instance. Fantastic point, abstinence. A lot of people, my parents taught me abstinence, of course. By the time I was her age, I was, to be honest, I can't come here and lie to you. Was I abstaining at 21? Maybe I was, I don't remember. But the problem is these are conversations we need to have. And how successful was the abstinence conversation? My parents preached abstinence all our lives. Did we abstain? My mother was pregnant. There's 21 years between me and my mom. She obviously abstained.
Wait, are you
I'm
being sarcastic
I'm
or
sure they got married because of my. Let's tell ourselves the truth, you know. Forget all the things they try to paint out and yeah, whatever. So someone says the only reason why I'm
someone
paying
said some nice
attention is because
question?
of Yella. That is a very dumb thing to say. Because if all you came here to do was look at the girl, then your brain is obviously malfunctioning and you are cognitively impaired. So, can I assist you by giving you a rapture? If you don't have anything to say, we're having a very serious conversation, a conversation your parents should have had with you, or your grandparents should have had with your parents. If not, they would not have had you, of course, out of wedlock. So, use your brain. Someone said, I feel illiteracy is 98% of the reason. I also feel religion is one of the main issues. Parents don't understand that in a modern world with social media, you can't keep your kids off social media. You might be lucky. I know someone who smashed their daughter's phone because she was on TikTok before she was 18. Yes, that makes sense, but she's now 18. I never smashed people's phones. I never stopped you guys from being on TikTok even before you were 18, did I? I just didn't want you dancing with your. There was a day one of the kids was dancing with bra top. I said, nah, that's not gonna work. That one I will not allow. You understand? When you get to your own home, you can dance with bra top, but that you will not be on TikTok. No. Yes, I put a lot of sanctions. I won't let them handle their accounts themselves because they are predators online, and we have to be careful. Once they are 18, we give them some laxity so they can grow up and be themselves. But before they're 18, we have to focus on them and make sure what they're doing is at least we're monitoring what they're doing. Now, my problem with religion is like obedience. I'm sorry to go into to go there, or some obedience, not all obedience. And obedience will say is Peter Obi or nothing else. That's how religion is. Absolutes, black and white thinking, binary thoughts. It's either yes or no, black or white, 1 or 0. That's binary thinking. And religion says, okay, it is a sin. Intercourse before marriage is a sin. Then abstinence is the only way. But guess what? Your pastors, your gospel musicians, they sin. They have this intercourse even outside the wedlock. So how many gospel marriages have we settled? Gospel husband and wife, even a Broderian gospel, even in fact Oyinbo gospel people, they sleep with you hear scandals from time to time. So if grown-ups who are anointed cannot keep their lustful urges in check, what makes you think a 21-year-old would be able to keep them? If they do keep them, of course, have I ever encouraged you to have intercourse before? Never. But I understand that as a young woman, the time will come when they would want to explore certain areas.
This person that wrote disobedient, what do you mean?
No, stop it. So, what's the meaning of abstinence? Abstinence is staying away from intercourse. Celibacy. Let me ask you, some people say they're not even going to have the talk with their kids. They're just going to tell them abstinence, stay away. And then your child is in a compromised situation. Something happens, they make a mistake. Children explore. We explored when we're their age. We were lucky nothing went wrong. But what if something goes wrong in their time? They do it with someone and they get pregnant, or they get an infection and they do not know what to do. Someone said, I abstained from intercourse before marriage because I wanted to. Great. And I love that. And that's what I want my kids to do. But I also need to not be black and white with them. It's not abstinence or nothing. If you do engage in this, these are the things you should look out for. Vicky Shelley says, why did you block me? I don't know, but I'm going to block you right again. Rapture number 2. Only you second rapture. So, let me hand over to you. What are your thoughts?
On what exactly?
On abstinence. Let's start. Do you think parents should preach abstinence to their children? And if a parent doesn't want to preach abstinence, what are the alternatives
I feel like all you can do that isn't going to be a waste of your time is to tell them this is what intercourse is. This is what can happen if intercourse goes right. This is what can happen if intercourse goes left. Do you understand? Those are the only things that you can do and know that you have not wasted your time. Because if you tell your kids to like abstain, and they don't want to hear a word, they're not going to abstain. At the end of the day, like me, would I even say I'm abstaining? I'm just not active, not because of my parents. It's because of myself. Do you understand? Because at the end of the day, everyone has coconut head. They're just going to do what they want to do.
Mm.
So, like, the only thing you're going to do that isn't going to be a complete waste of your time is to tell them, is to just let them be aware of what could happen if they do engage.
Now, let me ask you a question. If you are intimate, just by any chance
Mm-hmm.
you sleep with someone, would you tell your parents?
If there's a reason to do so, yeah.
No, if your father sits down with you or your mother sits down with you and says, "You have you um you know now let me tell you something. Sometimes you go in a bad relationship and maybe the guy
Mm-hmm.
breaks up with you and the guy says some things. You see, sometimes aside from the diseases in 2022,
Mm-hmm.
there are also the leaks, the social media video leaks. Some people have seen their children.
Mm-hmm.
The first time they knew their children were active was when they saw them perform.
Okay.
Depends on how close you are with your parents. That's a tough one. Let's talk about closeness to parents. Let me hear you. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know about that because you know how sometimes you guys are like, it's all these your stupid friends that you be making in school. You guys tend to think that they tell their friends before they tell their parents, right? Most
Yes.
of the time, do you understand? If I was to have or to be intimate with someone, my friends would they won't even know.
Why?
I don't know because it's between me and the person I was intimate with. It's intimacy. Do you understand? Because if
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get intimate, I'm not like a casual person. Do you understand? If there are no feelings involved, then my body is not going to be involved. Do you understand? So if it's between me and someone, I believe that thing is sacred or special. So I'm not telling my friends, talk less or not going to tell my parents when it's not that there's an emergency.
Mm.
There's nothing that's going to make me just.
Yeah, so when I was talking to her dad the other day, her dad says it's normal for her to call her mom up and have a conversation. Oh, I had this to do with this guy. I had this to do with that guy.
But she didn't make it sound like random gist. It sounds
It's
like
probably
there's a
random
reason.
gist. I wish Ada, where are you? I'll call her up and we'll have that
She said,
conversation.
and then her mom would counsel her. You just
Mm,
counsel people on random gist.
mm,
She needed to
mm,
know something.
mm,
I'll
mm.
tell you if I need to know something. I'm in a state of worry about something.
But do you feel parents drive their children away when it comes to do you feel your parents drive their children away when it comes to conversations hovering around intercourse, or you think it's just a regular conversation like every other conversation?
No, I think parents chase their kids away.
How? What is it? The things they say?
It doesn't even have to be.
Mute your mic, Healthtainer. And you can't use Bluetooth, it will not work. Your voice will be horrible. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So mute. Uh-huh. Or else it'll be cutting off my voice.
Okay, so what did I want to say? It
Yes.
might not even be because of how your parents react to intimate related situations. It might just be the way your parents are generally. Like if you have the kind of parents that like you feel your parents are generally always hard on you for anything, obviously you're not going to want to approach them with a delicate situation. Yes, and because now they're really going to flip. That's what you're going to be thinking. Yes, and if your parents go off on the smallest things. Like, do you remember that incident that happened with I can say tampon, right?
Yeah.
You remember that incident that happened with tampon? Do you remember why I didn't tell mommy?
Why?
Because people don't believe that.
But even I fought you over that. I was like,
Exactly, and that's one of the reasons
why
why I
are you?
wouldn't tell you.
Because then she was a V and she was using it. I was like, why
What
you?
do you mean by then? I'm still a V and I'm still using my tampons. Exactly, and that's my problem. How can you say
So there's a doctor
virginity
here.
is not? Wait, sorry, doctor, please. Is virginity the skin or the act of having intercourse, or is it the hymen itself? Is that the?
Okay, so virginity it means different things to different people, right? But
Thank you.
in medical,
Good. Well, what's important is what it means to me, as long as it's mine, right? It's mine, not yours.
I can't hear
Your virginity
anymore.
has expired.
Mute, 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 mute. All right, say what you said again.
So is virginity the act of having
No,
intercourse,
she
or
heard
is it,
that. She now said
I
it means
heard that and I
different things.
or is it
responded that
about whether
virginity
you
means
have?
different things to different people and different beliefs, right? So you can now say what you said before.
Yeah, but you being a doctor, and this is your field, what would you say virginity is? If I googled what is virginity, what do you think is going to come up?
Okay, so virginity is the presence of the hymen. There's something called the hymen, right? So if the hymen is there or not, is a
Oh, looking
covering.
at me.
You can hear me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now but you know that some people are not born with hymens. So does it mean that they are no longer virgins? Yes, in the actual sense, in the biological sense, it means that they are no longer virgins. However, when it comes to the act of perpetrating sexual intercourse, they are still
Intimacy. Just use
virgins.
just say intercourse. Don't put the type of intercourse because of Instagram community guidelines.
Okay. So what do I say?
Just say intercourse. Intercourse is fine.
Okay, I should just say intercourse. Okay, so for some people, that's why I said biologically it's the presence of the hymen. However, for some people, it is if you have perpetrated the intercourse or not. So that's why I said it means different things to different people. So, if, for example, there's some cultures that when you get married, they'll give you a white cloth, and then you do the twe with your husband on the day, and then you have to present a red cloth. So what if you were not born with the hymen, or you have lost your hymen while riding a bike, while riding a horse, while for some people who are really young and they go into athletics, calisthenics, running, and vigorous exercises at the very young age that causes them to lose the hymen. What if they now lose the hymen during those processes? So when they don't present the white cloth, does it automatically means that they are no longer virgins? So that's why I said it means different things to different people. So how would you now start explaining to your people that, oh, it is because I wasn't born with it, or because I don't have it?
Can I
right?
say something? That
Okay.
is why that way of thinking, or that what you call that definition, is so, it's not reliable when there's a question mark. You can literally have commas. Oh, but I didn't have like.
No, but you see, I understand where she's coming from. It's like beauty. What is beauty to me is different from. Can you hear me? What is beauty to me is different from what is beauty to you.
Beauty in the eyes of the
Is in the
beholder,
eyes of the.
or the
You need to
beholder.
mute. You need to mute your mic when I'm talking. Sorry,
It's in the eyes of the who?
beer holder.
Thank God, oh, not the bear holder's parents.
Or the beholder.
So our audio is very bad. I don't know. It's an Instagram thing. Anytime I have guests and they don't mute, you've not muted. Have you muted? No, you haven't.
Unmuted.
No, you haven't. Okay, hey, you are muted now. So the problem is any sound from your sound will be picked as sound and it will be cutting off my mic. So you have to mute before I talk. If not, they won't hear me. So yes, let's talk about that. Let me ask you, doctor, would you advise someone who is a virgin and hasn't lost their hymen to use tampons?
okay, so you can actually use a tampon when you're still a virgin, because the part where it's covering is different from the part where the tampon is going into, right? Yes. I wish I could show a picture of what it looks like where the hymen is covering. It's not covering the opening. That's why somebody that still has a hymen can still menstruate, right? So you still have a hymen, it doesn't stop you from menstruating. So if it doesn't stop you from menstruating, that means that you can actually use a tampon. However, it is not advised. Okay, it is not advised that people who are still virgins use tampons, because for example, it's still very tight, and then there's this, psychology. There's this psychological part of it. You feel like nothing has gone into that orifice, so you don't want to now be the one to put something into it. So that's just the reason why people don't use virgins are not supposed to use tampons, but it's not from the same place. It's not covering the same. It's not covering the same orifice.
Okay, I saw Egbo mute, so I can talk.
Can I say something?
Wait. I saw her commenting, so you're just allowed to say this one thing, and then I'll take you out. But I want to hear what you have to say.
Okay, so concerning the hymen, a lady can menstruate with the hymen intact because it kind of like has holes. It covers the same pathway that the tampon will go into, but it has allowance for menstruation. We've had cases where when we're doing assessment of a young girl that comes in, and maybe they're complaining, oh, she has not seen her period, and blah, 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 blah. And we have to ask that question about the hymen being intact. We have girls where their hymen are like very thick. It does not allow the passage of the blood flow. And if your hymen is intact also, it can still allow the space for a pinky finger to go in, because it does not cover everything. Because if it covers everything, period will not come out. So we've had cases where we have to perforate for some young girls so they can have normal flow of their period. So it's the same pathway it's covering. It's just that it partially covers it so a period can come through.
Okay. Egbo, our boys, tell me what your field is. What's your discipline?
I am a registered nurse and I'm a registered midwife also.
Okay, registered nurse, registered midwife, and we have a doctor in the house. So what do you have to say about that, Dr. Kelechi?
Okay, so I think what she's trying to talk about are peculiar cases where, there are peculiar cases, but the normal anatomy, right? Any girl who has had her period can actually use a tampon because it is not covering the same place. It's only in cases where, it is too thick, or you feel like, it's going to, using the tampon might stretch it. Okay, it might stretch it and you might lose it, is a probability. However, it is not sacrosanct that, using a tampon would make you lose your virginity. It is not the same hole it is covering. The hymen doesn't cover the entire thing. If the hymen is covering the entire orifice, remember, the period blood is coming out from the vaginal orifice, okay? Vaginal orifice, that's where it's coming out from. So the hymen doesn't cover entirely the whole thing. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. This is anatomy. You can't change it. It doesn't.
Okay, Egbo, our boys, what is your take on that?
I think what you're talking about is for people who have they can't see their period because they are there's something, the orifice is not very open. So that's when you can try to open it. But hymen doesn't cover the entire thing. I'm sorry. I think maybe you're trying to say something and you're meaning, a different thing, right? Okay, so
someone said clash of the health workers. Oh yeah. Egbo, boys, one more so we can go back to our topic.
The normal anatomy of a female reproductive organ. Okay. We have the vagina, which is
the external part of the female reproductive organ. We have the
Okay.
external orifice,
I wish I could show a picture
and
so
we have
everybody could understand.
the what you call it now, the internal cervix, like the neck of the uterus. So I'm not disputing the fact that a virgin cannot use a tampon. I'm not saying you cannot, but what I'm saying that you have is the hymen covers the same orifice, which is the vagina, and that is the passageway for the period. So if you're using a tampon, you should bear in mind that it depends on how you're applying it. It could,
Rupture.
like I said,
It could rupture the hymen.
it or not. And the hymen in some people covers the whole vaginal orifice, and some it has allowance for even a pinky finger. We have different sizes of tampons depending on your period, flow. We have the super, we have the regular. The regular is as small as my finger. So that one should not, in some cases, take off your hymen if you don't push it too hard or too high up. Like if you don't push it too high. But in some cases, the hymen might not be perforated and it might be too thick that it will not allow the period. But the hymen covers the same place where the period comes from. The period does not come from the back. It does not come from your nose. It comes from the vagina where the hymen covers. So that's what I'm trying to correct.
Okay.
So
Okay, thank you very much, sis. Hold on, sorry. Thank you very much, sis. Let's go back to Doctor. Yes, thank you, my sister.
And that was the question. That was what I answered. Now she's talking about peculiar cases where it is covering the entire thing, but normally it is not supposed to cover the entire orifice, because in the first place, remember the first thing I said is if you can see your period, if your period is coming out, then you can use a tampon. However, it is not advised, that virgins should use a tampon because of the perception, the fact that nothing has gone in, into that orifice before, and all of that. So
okay, I want to say something. Can you please mute? How important is virginity to men in your age bracket? Growing up, we were taught that na Bible and Nigerian culture, they used to teach us, say virginity is important. A virgin has more value than a woman that does not have her what's that thing called, her hymen. The hymen is very important. It is blah blah blue blue blah blah blah. You know. So my question is to you now: how valuable is being a virgin to your generation? Would a guy love you more if he found out that you are a virgin? Would he cherish you more? Would he consider you wife material?
Okay,
Be honest.
okay, how valuable it is, I'll start with myself. In perception to how you perceive it, I don't value it the way you perceive it. Do you understand? Like, the skin means nothing to me. Do you understand? So if I used my tampon and pop went my weasel, it's like, oh, alright. Do you understand? But I've never actually done the deed, so it doesn't really matter to me. But like everybody that I see, I feel like people do value their virginities, at least girls. They do until a certain age. Like maybe when they're getting to 18, that's when you start seeing, because like I know there are some people who see me and
Doctor, you're not muting. You're not muted.
unmuted.
No.
we can hear you.
We can hear you. Because once they start complaining about the audio, let me hear you. Now you're muted. Oh yeah, let's hear.
Like me, for instance, I know there used to be a time when, because like people who I'm older than, they would be like, oh, you're 20. Do you understand? And you're still a. Do you understand that kind of thing? Because people get shocked when you get to a certain age and you still have it. Do you understand? Not let me not say have it and you still have not done it. Do you understand? Because that's how I see it. Do you understand? You still have not. I think that's how most people in our generation see it. Do you understand? The moment we found out that not everybody has hymens, do you get? No one started classifying virginity under.
They say you are still breaking. Okay, let me bring Ada in. Maybe that might help if I have a second person live with us. Your audio is breaking. They can't hear you. So just calm down. Or maybe can you raise your voice? Can you guys hear me? Am I breaking too? Am I breaking too? Is Daddy Freeze breaking? Maybe your voice is low. Am I breaking? So raise your voice. So continue talking, but just raise your voice a bit.
I thought this was
No, it said just her.
Hi, can you hear me?
Better.
Jesus, it's so hard to shout. So yeah, I feel like girls tend to value it until a certain age, and they still value it. Do you
Louder.
understand? Most times, no, yes, no.
Don't worry. I'm reading them. You just talk.
I feel like most girls value their virginities until a certain age, and it's not like they don't value it anymore. It's just, well, let me just get rid of this thing. Do you understand? Or they just want to just do it. Do you understand? I guess because maybe you feel more like a woman, or maybe you feel more grown. Do you understand? Because I always wonder why people would look at me and be like, "You're 20, you're still." Do you understand? Like, why is that such a shocker? Do you understand that kind of thing? And guys, I'm not sure about whether it makes guys love you more. I'm not sure about that.
Okay, so we can touch on the many areas of the A to Z's. I want to tell you a quick story. My first girlfriend, I don't know if that happens in your generation, but in my generation, it was very easy to get hoe shamed. So my very first girlfriend, apparently like 10 guys said they'd been with her. And this really affected her. Guys will just spread rumors. Once they see you walking with a girl, do you understand? Or the girl comes to your house to visit you, the next thing they start carrying the story. And I remember one day this girl cried so much about over the perception. She was really saddened. And I didn't believe her because all my friends told me that this girl was acting that they had slept with the girl. So what really saved her was because when we eventually did it, she had her hymen intact. So that's what made me believe that those guys were lying. Do you understand? Maybe to a certain age, maybe by the time you are 24, what people are saying doesn't matter. But when you are like 19, 20, those things really get to you. And when a guy says he has slept with you before and he hasn't, at a certain age, I believe it affects women psychologically.
I feel like it depends on who you are. It happened to me in 100 level.
Okay, guys, some guys said they had been with you.
Someone said she's good in bed.
Someone's about you.
Yeah, it was this whole anonymous thing that was like, it was just happening, and we had just resumed school. We had actually just resumed school, so I was still doing orientation and learning where my class was, and then I heard that.
So that's my take. So that's why I would say if you haven't done it, keep it. Don't use tampons, but they have coconut head. They will not listen to you. They will do whatever it is they want to do. But at the end of the day,
But as I used it, what happened?
I'm not your husband or your boyfriend, so how do I know what
But
happened?
that's the thing.
But there's a
Why
consequence
would I get a boyfriend who would be uncomfortable with it?
because
You're saying
there
it's
might
like
be a
you
rumor
have
about
someone-
you. Hold on, there might be a rumor about you. Like you said, there was a rumor about
But
you.
wait,
And
mind you, that rumor didn't make me a hoe. Do you understand? Things like that don't get you slut shamed. Do you understand? It's just a perception that she's good in bed. Do you understand? They're just going to see it as you have high
libido.
SEX appeal or something like that. Do you understand? They won't necessarily, because I wasn't really nicknamed a You get? Do you understand?
mm.
I know babes who wear. Do you understand? But I don't know.
Or
I feel like because the way I've seen it now here, most people are very, at least in my generation, they're very liberal with intercourse.
mm,
Like they're so liberal, as in a girl can come and be like, "Oh, that boy was good," and they will share him. Do you understand? So that thing, and that's why girls look at guys when you're saying, "Oh, we passed her around." Like, do you know how girls pass boys around? They'll come back and tell you that he's good, just as in, and they'll pass their boyfriend. But
wow.
anyways, carry on.
I'm not gonna take dumb comments. I'm literally gonna rapture you out of my life. Someone says, "Daddy, please take off your hat. You are badly brought up. Why will you tell me to take off my hat? What's your business with my hat? How dumb could your parents be to not remove you within the first trimester when it will have been legal to have you legally removed from the surface of the earth? So let me help your parents by rapturing you, Akinwale Obatayo Olori Buruku. Rapture Dano. You have to understand that when you are on my live, you have to be respectful or you will be raptured. Now let me hand over to Doctor because she was here. She was supposed to be here. It's just that she did not come on time, which was partly my fault because I had charger issues. So over to you. What do you consider the do's and don'ts in the other room? So let me hand over to you. Let us listen and let us learn.
Okay, so our do's and don'ts. The first don't. Let me start with the don't. Let's talk about consent, right? Very important. Coitus. That's another word for intercourse, right? Coitus cannot happen without mutual consent. And there's this controversy about consent, if she comes to my house, why did she come to my house? Why did she sleep over when she's not ready to do coitus? Why is she lying on my bed? All those things don't count as consent. If she says she's not doing, she is not doing. Okay?
You find it so romantic.
Like, well, no, why are you guys so romantic? No one can come and see you again.
Now, hold on. Let me say something. Let me ask a question. A guy divorced his wife because she said he forced her. So the guy took her back to her Igbo guy, Igbo babe. Said, girl went to study abroad, came back with abroad mentality. The guy said, after 2 kids, but she went to university abroad. So one day the guy said, "Hey, baby," and the guy was like, "No, stop." The guy thinks, say, "No, stop. We think concern me, my wife." Now, so the guy mounting Tino. You understand? Rich guy. He just felt, Omo.
Some people don't think they can SA their wives.
Yes. So the woman was now making the noise about it. The guy just thought about it. He said, "Imagine we're abroad. She would have called the police on him." He just carried her, took her back to her family house, and said he wants his bride price back. You understand that? He can that from his understanding of marriage, a woman she does not have consent again once they are married. That consent was maybe when they were dating, or if he picks her up in a club, but that in wife, when they train, when they give. And guess what? The elders in the village begged him not to divorce her. Her parents, all the elders, told the guy said that if this is how they view life, that he does not want to be in a marriage with somebody that considers him. She's saying it's not like they had there are 2 different types of no, don't touch me, no, and then they are quarreling, or stop, I don't want this, I don't, she still did not, she communicated the fact that she didn't want it, but the guy was just not comfortable with that. He says, "My wife cannot tell me no. I married you, I paid your bride price. You cannot tell me no." And when the matter was tabled before the elders and her parents, both her parents and the elders agreed with him, because the option was, "Please tell your daughter that if this is her belief system, let her come and pack the remaining belongings she has in my house. I cannot be with a woman who considers me sleeping with her when she says no as that R word because we are going to live abroad. And I don't want anybody calling police on my head. So let it be clear now. You understand? So let's have that conversation. Abroad people are mad people.
But I don't think that's a mad thing.
Hold on. Abroad people are mad. I personally do not believe that a husband can force his wife, especially when the wife has not filed for a divorce, or you guys are not, it's not like you have issues or you are separated and he came to visit you in your house, and then I believe you and your wife live together. I think being woke to the point where considering that the R word, I think is us pushing the narrative. That's my opinion. Of course, if my wife says no, I'm not going to force her. But I personally, if a woman came to me and said her husband raped her, this I would be looking at her. Okay, sorry. You understand what I'm saying? I will not.
No, I don't understand.
Because you are from your generation and you are schooled with social media and movies. In the reality of it, sorry, 1 second.
Wait,
In the
so
reality
your
of
view
it,
is the reality.
no, my view is not the reality. That's why, see, why don't I live abroad?
So you don't call police on your head.
Because I don't have to cope with this abroad. It's a culture shock. This is just one of many things. We're watching CNN today with Amarachi. They were talking about what to teach children in school concerning sexuality. I was having a conversation with my youngest daughter, and she was telling me that there are 52 genders. You understand? We're growing up. They say gender, male or female. Now, gender is 52 different. There is like, well, mention some of them.
You know when you fill forms, yeah. At first, like I remember when it changed to male, female, or other.
Other.
Yes, and there was this game that we used to play as kids, and like you have your own profile, you have your own avatar, you customize them, this one and that one. So like when you're like customizing them, when I started playing the game earlier on, you choose to be male or female. Do you understand? Then there was the option for other.
After a while.
After like a couple of years,
Yes.
there was not the option for other.
So what I'm trying to say is abroad people in Nigeria, the Nigeria me I grew up in, a husband cannot force his wife. Ask your mother this question. That is how we were raised. I'm 47 this year. I am not in my 20s or early 30s. Yes, the fact that it is right. No. Let me tell you something here. In the Bible, man and man na stone. But you could marry a 12-year-old girl legally. Some people say Mary was 12 years old when she got married to an elderly Joseph, according to some rabbis. I cannot say it's a lie and I cannot say it's true because the Bible does not specifically speak of it. But guess what? In today's world, you marry a 12-year-old, you go to jail for the rest of your life, while man and man can do it. And so morality is not linear. Because according to Quran, according to Bible, you can easily marry an 11-year-old, 12-year-old. And the moment they start seeing their period, you can literally have intercourse with them. What is forbidden is you can't have intercourse until they start seeing their period. But the moment they start seeing their period, you can have intercourse with them. The age was not, it was a number. If she starts seeing her period at 11, then you can start sleeping with her at 11. If you start seeing her period at 13, then you start sleeping with her at 13. So it was more of how she matured physically instead of intellectually or emotionally. It was more of a physical thing. So would you say the people who married 12-year-olds while the Bible was on and lived perfectly normal lives, would you say they were crazy? But the people who try that today, because if you hear, when we heard R. Kelly was trying to get married to Aaliyah, everybody thought he was mad. But R. Kelly would have married Aaliyah over and over again if he lived during biblical times. So morality and right and wrong are never linear. What is right in, I've forgotten that, not Trinidad and Tobago. There's another one. I think Seychelles or Trinidad and Tobago. You can literally marry a 14-year-old legally. So because in America, you cannot marry a 14-year-old, but in Trinidad and Tobago you can we say the American one is right because that's the one we're used to, and the Trinidad and Tobago one is wrong? So culturally, ask your Igbo, Yoruba, I don't know about Hausa, but Igbo, Yoruba, Akwa Ibom parents and grandparents, if a man that has paid bride price for his wife can force her, or he needs her consent to have intercourse with her. Of course, your woman is sick, she says no, but you know that Oyinbo says, you know, let me tell you what consent means abroad. Abroad consent can be withdrawn. So she says yes, then in the middle, maybe she remembers something, you know what, stop, I'm not in the mood. If you continue after that point, you have forced her. But if you continue in Nigeria to a woman that you're married with, yes, you can make an issue out of it. And that's why the guy took his wife back to the family and said, I don't want this woman again. Because I don't want her making a fuss over what I believe not to be a fuss. And if we are not believing the same thing, so that there will not be fight in future, can I please have the goat and the palm wine I brought? Can you please change? So what are your thoughts on that?
So, I actually had this conversation with a lawyer, and I realized that in Nigerian law, according to the Nigerian law, a husband cannot rape his wife. Now, does it make it right? No. It just means that is where we are at the moment. And you know why? It was because those rules were made by man. I mean, in those days, when they were making those rules, there was no woman there. Women were not at the table where they're making decisions. So those are man-made rules made to dignify and gratify man and suppress women, right? Women were not in that room when those laws were made. So that's why it's favoring the men. So that is what the Nigerian law says.
But let me ask you a question.
Is it right? No, because the woman owns, it's the woman's body.
Now, let's deal with, you are Igbo, Abi.
Can I say something?
Wait, okay. You are Igbo, Abi. You have a beautiful marriage. Everything is okay. But then your husband carries you back to your family and says, I don't want again, because the way this woman is seeing life is not the way I'm seeing it. I don't believe I can force my woman, but she believes her man can force her. Can we please end this marriage so as not to have this what is it called? This disagreement again, and not embarrass the family further? And the family sat down and thought about it. Our son-in-law does his duty, takes care of his in-laws, takes care of the wife, does everything he's supposed to do. They love each other, but then they have this particular issue.
Now, if they love each other, why would this particular issue really just...
Now, once again, hold on. Once again...
That's so crazy.
Hold on. Once again, the definition of the word love. The way my father understands love, to the point where he can have two wives and love them, is different from the way the American man understands love. So you see, we are dealing with words that cannot be measured. There is no Congo for measuring love. There is no yardstick that says 15 milliliters of affection with 22 milliliters of intercourse with 35 milliliters, with 35 milliliters, of 32 milliliters of kissing is equal to love. Love is not measurable. I can love you but not want to be in a relationship with you if I am not seeing things the way you are seeing things. And to be honest, I understood where the guy was coming from, because the guy was like, look, I don't see life the way I love her, but I don't see life. Some people can love you and leave you. Some people can love you and leave you. And the guy was like, look, I don't want to have this conversation. Maybe next time I'm getting married to a woman, I'll ask her, is it possible that I can force? If she says yes, no problem, we will not. I will look for a woman who shares my school of thought and agrees with me that, look, I cannot do this. I am traditional in my thinking. Hold on. I am traditional in my thinking, just the way I can be Muslim in my thinking, or I can be Christian in my thinking, and we are not sharing the same values. So these are conversations that we need to have. Remember, I've told you before, if you go to a guy's house, you go clubbing and you follow a guy to his house, and the guy does anything he wants with you, I will not come and arrest the guy. Two things I've taught my daughters. If you slap a man and he slaps you back, I'm not going to arrest him. Your mother, you can come and carry your mother, make your mother go there, go fight. Me,
Wait,
I know
but
go
why?
follow. You slap a guy and he slaps you back.
What? Doesn't it depend on what he did?
Whatever it is that he did, the moment you raise hand and he raise hand back, it's not violence. It's two fighting.
No, oh wait, no. What if the first hand that was, what's the English reason or what? The first hand that was to my ass.
No, that's different. He touched you.
Exactly.
Listen. If let me tell you what I mean before I'm misquoted. You walk into the room and see your guys kissing or sleeping with your friend, and then you slap him. If he slaps you back, you don't have a kiss. Sorry, if you raise your hand and slap him, you don't have it. Or you go and scatter a guy's car. That one, my boyfriend broke up with me, then you go and break his windscreen. You will sit at home and your school fees will be used to repair his windscreen. These are my views, and these are what I teach my daughters. Don't follow a guy that you are not comfortable with home, because I will not come and arrest him if anything happens. Learn your own decent. Sorry, it's what I tell you. I've told you people before. Don't follow a guy that you are not sure of home. A guy that you're not in a, oh, he's my friend, he's my friend, he's my friend. We can go home together. If he does anything to you, I'm not saying it is right, but I will not come and fight that battle with you. It will be your own battle to go and fight by yourself. Because I want you to feel that you don't have a father that is going to come and fight stupidity with you. Why are you in a guy's house if he's not your boy? Can we have some decency? Yes, you see, that's the problem with this wokeness. It blurs so many lines. So my daughter goes with a guy clubbing. I believe he's her boyfriend. And after the clubbing, she goes to his house. I wouldn't want my daughter to go with a random guy to a club where they can drink and then misbehave and then find themselves in his house, and then the next day she's crying that, respect yourself. Drive your own car or take your own Uber and go to meet them in the club. When you are done, carry your Uber and come home. Those are my thoughts. Go ahead. Let me hear you.
Okay, so that's just one form of rape, right? Do you know that some people are raped without even having asked for it or enabled it? Children are raped.
No, we are not talking about. You see, listen. My problem is. My problem is. Sorry. My problem is the definition. You see, we are coming to places where we are beginning to define things. I've heard that thing. If a man loves me, he will support me in certain things. You need to go back in time. Our mothers loved our fathers, and what they understood love to be is different from what a 17-year-old American girl understands love to be. Now, because you cannot, and I gave the societal example of the Bible or the Quran, where you can marry an 11-year-old or a 12-year-old, while in that same America, if you try it, you will go to jail. And while in both the Bible and the Quran, if you are caught in the act of sleeping man or woman, you are to be stoned. While in the American world, it's acceptable, it's normal, it's even encouraged, and it's taught to children in schools. So if we sat down here, we could ask, which is wrong? Is it the Bible or the American society? So time and location tend to blur a lot of lines, and it is unfair to say that someone who had the R. Kelly Aaliyah was 16, R. Kelly was much older. There are parts of the world where 16 is perfectly legal, but it wasn't legal in America. So me for instance, I'm in Nigeria. How do I judge an American matter? Let me give you an example. A woman 10 years ago could not drive a car in Saudi Arabia. If you are caught driving a car, you go to jail. And that's their law, and it works for their system. So we now need to start defining. If we say love, Love is an umbrella word. What love means to me is different from what love will mean to her. I can still love my woman and still believe that she cannot she cannot say I forced her, for instance, but doesn't mean I don't love her. But in my definition of love, now guess what? There is no legal definition of love. There is a legal definition of intelligence, and it is measurable with IQ.
Legal.
Yes. If you are below a legal, if your IQ is below, you're considered legally retarded. If your IQ is below a certain level, there is a legal measurement for blood pressure. There is a legal measurement, or there's a measurement for blood sugar. I be doctor. There is a measurement for heart rate. There is a measurement for kidney function. You look at the urea, you look at the protein, and you can say, okay, this kidney is functioning well. But when it comes to love, what's the measurement? These things are immeasurable. And when it comes to crime, different societies vary. So in Nigeria, for instance, do you realize that man and man is still 14 years according to our law? And according to our law, a man can still not force his wife. So we've got to be careful when we're working around words like consent, because according to what definition of consent, the American definition, the British definition, the French definition, the African definition, the Saudi Arabian definition, because the lines are all blurry, my opinion. Over to you.
What is over into
Okay,
me?
so now we're not talking about American
Over to you, okay.
definition or anything definition. We're talking about the female definition. Women everywhere
Hold
do
on.
not want to
Hold
be
on.
hated.
Hold on.
Whether
Sorry,
you're
sorry.
Nigerian-
Do you know why? Hold on. Sorry, I'm taking you up on that. The guy's mother and the girl's mother both agreed that it was impossible for a man that has paid bride price over your head to force you. They were women in that equation, and they agreed with it. Was actually the only person that felt like that was the lady. Her father, her mother, all the elders in the village, plus the guy's father and mother, all felt that she was
Can I
mad.
counter you? Can I counter you? Can I counter
Yes.
you? Her parents are going to be lying. Her mom, her sister, whoever, they're going to be lying. If they say in all their years of marriage, there wasn't one time their husbands wanted to sleep with them and they didn't want to. Not because they allowed it to. You have to ask them honest question. Was it every time you were in the mood? There were times you just lie down and open your legs
No.
because you had to.
Good.
Exactly,
Now,
and that's
here's
not-
the answer.
It's probably-
Here's the answer to that question. The guy said, I don't want the woman again. Maybe that's how she said. She's allowed to define it according to how she wants it, but I'm not going to sit down with you with that definition. And I believe the guy too had a case.
I actually agree the guy has a
You know where
case.
the
You should marry
problem
people
is?
like
The
him.
problem is the communication before they got married. Now, usually there is not enough communication and conversation about, preferences, libido, stamina, and all those things before marriage. You see someone who has a libido of 20 over 10, getting married to somebody who has a libido of 1 over 10. There are some women or there are some men who want to, have intercourse 3 times a day, 7 times a week, every single day. And for some women, that's not what they want, okay? And if these conversations were not had before marriage, then it will become a problem. And that's when you find out that, they are not aligning and the woman is refusing her
Sorry, I want to block.
coitus. Because really, if you are tired or for any reason, or maybe there's a way your husband is not treating you well, or you have issues, women are emotional beings and men can be mechanical. A man can have issues with you, a man can be angry with you, a man might not even love you and still want to have coitus with you. However, women are very emotional.
Good. So
If
we
they
should
are
have
angry
been the
with
ones
you,
making the
if there's a
emotional
problem,
decisions.
if you're not acting right, if there are issues, okay, then they would not want to have coitus with you. So why, instead of to force her, why don't you have a conversation and resolve it so that you can now go
Sorry.
back to coitus? And from what you said, so that we don't forget that
Yes.
point, you mentioned that every other person was okay with the fact that the husband was forcing her. It was only the woman that was saying that right?
Mm.
It was only the woman that was saying that was feeling,
Sorry, I want to say something. I want to say something. I want to say something. Wait. I want to say something. I want to remove somebody. Future Mogul. Daddy Freeze, just focus on the Bible. This conversation is not for you. You are a fool, and I'm going to have you removed from my life. How dare you come to my life and be so stupid? You are blocked permanently from this page, and you will never have access. And somebody said, thank you. Somebody supported that comment. And I'm going to remove you from this particular... The guy I've blocked, I'm going to remove. You see, one problem I have with people is opinions. And this is an issue I have always had. People do not respect other people's opinions. I studied sociology in the university. And one thing I need you to understand is societal views differ. If in Nigeria it is a law, you just said it your own self. The law was written by men, right? Just like the law that says 14 years for man and man. It is a law, whether you like it or not. And if you are caught, if, for instance, I walk into somebody makes advances at me, and the person is a man, and I have proof.
Wait, the law only applies to men and
no, I'm just saying women and women. For instance, now I walk into your house and I see you doing it with a woman, and I record a video of it. I can actually send you to jail. Do you realize it? Because you have committed a crime. So we cannot use emotions. I'm not supporting our parents. I am asking what is right and what is wrong. And you said the women choose what is right and what is wrong. And I'm also saying that women 2,000 years ago, women in Mecca, women today in Saudi Arabia, women today in Nigerian communities, and women today in America think differently. That is why I said blood pressure has a measurement. Kidney function has a measurement. Weight has a measurement. Love, crime, what the definition of forcing, they are all blurry. So if you say as a woman, you say as a woman, it is wrong for you. She says it is wrong for her. But then you look into this comment, you might see one or two men that say, look, I don't think so. And if the people that says, I agree that it is like that, they don't have any legal backing in Nigeria. For instance, imagine she's my wife and she believes I can force her. But as long as she cannot take me to court in Nigeria, what is the grounds of her backing? So we also need to look at, we are playing with emotions. And one thing with emotions is there is no measurement for emotion. It is what you call emotional intelligence. And guess what? Your mother's emotional intelligence, your auntie in the village is emotional intelligence, your auntie in Ibadan is emotional intelligence, and your sister in America's emotional intelligence are all varying. Go ahead.
Okay, so...
Okay, sorry. She wanted to say something. Sorry, hold on for a second. Yes, let me hear you.
Oh my goodness, I've been trying to...
Sorry, she's been trying to say something forever. It's just a heated argument.
I understand that it's a heated argument and everything, but like, I highly doubt that you are going to go to all these Mecca women and whatever, and going to tell them that you have the option to make this thing, to legalize you being able to say no, and they're going to turn it down.
Say that again. Sorry,
you're going to be able to legalize, like, giving them the option to say, you're going to be able to tell your husband no if you don't feel like, if you're not in the mood to have intercourse, you're going to be able to tell them no, and it's not going to be wrong, and then they're going to actually turn it down. Do you understand? I doubt any woman is going, because do you know what it means for a woman to have that thing with you when you're not mentally there? Please, can you tell us about how it feels for your body?
Hold on.
No, she's going to answer me. Yes. For your body to receive something when you are not mentally prepared for it. Do you know how painful that is? If you have any definition of love, I think universally you should know that if you love someone, you're not going to want them hurt in any way. What makes the R word the R word? Why do some women die? It is painful. It is physically painful. Do you guys forget that part?
Listen to what we're talking about. Now, let's be careful and define what we says. What happened in this particular guy's incident was they started. The woman said, stop.
So she didn't say stop before.
She didn't say stop before. She said stop in the middle of the act, and the guy continued. You understand? Let's be careful how you see. My problem
That
is
could, it still has not derailed from what I'm saying. It can start hurting her. It can. Why not? Tell me
now,
how we,
now,
tell me how.
now,
So
now.
biologically, yeah. So there is the anterior side. When you're physiologically, when your body is ready for the act of intercourse, for coitus, your female organ, I can say that, right? What can I not say?
You can say female organ. Go ahead.
What?
You can say female organ. Go ahead.
Okay, so the female organ, it elongates to accommodate the gondola that is coming. Another thing that happens is that it lubricates. Another thing that happens that it relaxes. But if she's not in the mood, if she's not interested, the place becomes, the muscles can go into spasm. There's no lubrication. There's going to be a lot of friction and sore and bruising and tearing.
Okay. Let's take it.
So is that what you want?
Hold on. Hold on.
Have you seen
Is that what the man really
What's
wants?
that?
It's disgusting.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
I'm giving them my own name.
Hold on. Let's agree on something here. Men, dear men, a woman that tells you to stop, I'm not going to tell you to continue, but move out of that relationship. A woman that can, you don't know, you see, a guy, the level of frustration that a guy goes through when you move into a certain level, you are a doctor, you are not a guy. You understand? You can't speak for men. You might read the biology, but hold on. No, gynecologist. A man, when you have been raised to a certain level, when they tell you to stop, it's frustrating. I will advise you to stop, but leave that marriage or leave. Hold on.
No, can I say something after?
Wait, when I'm done, let me finish.
Why not communicate? Why is she telling you to stop in the
Hold on. Let me tell you, men, listen, no, this thing might sound crazy to you. Men, don't be, especially if you are abroad, because you will be frustrated and there's nothing you can do. And if you cheat, they are going to take the house and they're going to take the kids and they're going to take everything. So use your brain. Once you don't see woman where they tell you stop, if you see them inside relationship, no carry them enter marriage. It go frustrate you and you no go get option. If a woman says stop, hold on. A woman says stop, you stop. But do not marry such a woman. Please, don't say I did not warn you. Yes, the doctor will tell you this, that. A woman, let me tell you, if a woman can do it just to allow the guy to relieve himself. She's no longer in, I've seen women do it. They key off for one thing or the other, but they're not going to tell the guy to stop. They'll just manage and help him relieve himself, and then they will move on. You understand? Guys, let's be honest. Listen, let's be honest. I'm not going to sit down here because the number of divorce cases I see, the number of relationship, there's one on my table now. He came here yesterday. Was it yesterday's live? Or I think he called me. I've forgotten how it happened. The woman said she must only sleep with her once in 3 months. I don't know if it was on a live or it was a phone communication. But this thing happened yesterday. The guy told me that the wife said he cannot touch her more than once in 3 months. It was in a live. It was Wilfred Asukwo. He spoke of his ex-wife. It was live yesterday. He said that the woman said, stop. No, that he cannot do it more than once in 3 months. And the guy looked at his life and said, I cannot live like this. So let me tell you something, guys. When it comes to, sorry, I want to speak to the guys and I'll hand over back to you, doctor. You guys are ladies. You can talk to your ladies and everything. My son comes to me and tells me that he was sleeping with a girl and the girl said stop. And it wasn't like she was hurt. She just, women can just be moody. I've seen them do it. my first advice is don't bring that woman to my house ever again. I will not consent to you marrying her. Go and look for your wife someplace else so you will not be frustrated in marriage. Because that is one thing women use to frustrate men. And if you live abroad, if you dare continue, you are going to jail. In Nigeria, you can continue and beg her, and then you enter some family trouble, but nobody, you are not going to go to jail, right? Abroad, you will go to prison. You can even be on the ex-offenders list. So, my dear men, watch out for yourselves. A woman that will tell you to stop in the middle of it does not love you. If we are using your people's own definition of love, your love is selfish. Wait, hold on. Your love is selfish. If you can tell a man stop in the middle of it, that love is selfish. Men, get out. I rest my case.
Good, and I'm starting my case. If we're going to go by the same thing my dad is saying, women, any man who's not going to let you finish or make you finish, please leave him, run away from that marriage. Because let me tell you something. Oh, women, please, we're actually going to find this person who even opened their mouth first to say women are so emotional. Because men, the moment things get hard, you dip, you run. Why? Because we said we're not in the mood. Okay, we're going to force ourselves to be in the mood, but what's in it for us? You can't even make us finish. But yet, we're the ones who go to stay in the marriage. Why?
Okay, dear men,
Okay, so
help. Hold on. Let me speak for her too. Dear men, ensure if you can finish, ensure you help your woman finish with whatever way or form. Oh, no. If my son came home, if my son's girlfriend came home and said that my son doesn't help her finish, I will fight my son physically. Because it is part of your duty as a man to satisfy your woman. Please. Now, if you cannot do it with your bola, because your bola cannot last as long as you want it to last, you have fingers, you have a tongue, you can get toys. If that's your wife, because I've seen relationships, most relationships, the men are the more the higher libido ones, but I've seen relationships where the women have higher libidos. I've been in a relationship with a woman that has very high libido. One girl I dated when I was in university. Very high libido babe like this. She has a British name. I'll not mention her name. So I agree with you. Can we shake hands on this?
No, because I'm actually very angry.
No.
It's unfair for you to say that we are selfish.
No.
Women lie down.
Hold on.
Literally lie down.
Now that particular day, hold on. That particular day that you lie down and you satisfy your man, you are not in the mood. So you don't want to finish.
Please,
listen,
everybody should bombard this comment section. Particular day. I'm sure that's how it is most of the time.
No, wait. I will never condone it from a man, no.
But it is what they do. It's not about what you condone.
Good.
It is what they do.
That's why I said let's shake hands. Oh yeah, no. Wait, doctor, wait. We have to settle this thing. A woman, never stop in the middle for your man. That's wickedness and that's punishment. Yes, if you stop, the man will say no, but that man should not marry to you.
Don't brainwash women into believing it is selfishness. Take care of yourself first. You cannot tear up your insides to satisfy some guy.
Of course, listen, exactly. If you are already inside, the likelihood that unless the guy is doing it rough.
Not only doing it rough, sometimes guys say some really cringe. Sometimes you guys say you can turn someone off. Do you understand? And my brain will just turn my thingy off, and that will be it.
One of the major issues is that a lot of people are in relationhips and in marriages with people that they're not even, attracted to. Gondolali and consciously. All this censoring, right? Most people are not in relationships with people who they are attracted to. That's one of the things, because sometimes you might be angry with your man, you can be angry with your woman, but when they just come, to come and do ministration, you would just see yourself, falling for the ministration, falling under the anointing. That's because, first of all, you guys are attracted to each other. That's one thing. Another problem is that a lot of people are just having coitus, but they're not matured, enough to have conversations. They feel like if they tell their partners exactly how they want it, when they want it, how they should, if they direct them verbally or, by actions, they might think that, this person don't go far. They might be thinking that, this person might think that I'm too wild. So they end up receiving what they don't even want or what they don't even enjoy. A lot of women don't enjoy head, but they are receiving it anyways because men are giving it, right? And
Are you serious?
They're not confident or they're not mature enough to tell the man that
I disagree, doctor. I
Are you
disagree.
serious?
Disagree with what?
That women don't enjoy that, they do over enjoy
Yeah,
sex.
I'm talking for myself.
So no, don't listen. That's
okay,
now.
okay.
Come.
I'm talking from apropos.
Sorry, come. Hold on. Okay,
You
finish.
see some women, you see some women that will talk about it. Me, I'm talking for myself, and a lot of women have said it. It's not everybody's too. You need to find out what your partner likes.
Mm.
And some people don't want to say, I don't enjoy this thing you're doing. So they will not want to say it. And let me go back to what you initially said. Do you know that there are some women or there are some men who want to have intercourse once in 3 months? So go and marry your type.
Absolutely.
Don't go and look for. Don't go and look for. Don't go and be with people who do not have the same. I said that earlier. Don't go and be with people who do not have the same preferences or the same libido or whatever it is with you. There are actually some men who want it once a month, and there are some women who don't want it, who want it once a month. So to go and be with those kind of women and leave women that want it, 3 times a day, or leave men, that want it 3 times a day. Do you understand?
Mm.
So those are one of the do's in the other room. Okay, communication is very, 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 very important.
I feel like
A lot of people are disagreeing with you with this thing.
what?
In the middle of it.
Who doesn't like it?
I just feel like, I feel like a lot of things she's saying make sense about the communication and everything, and about you can't just jump into marriage. Do you understand? It's like when you said that thing about, you should live with your boyfriend for some time, because it's not only about what you've talked about. Do you understand? Imagine me telling my boyfriend, I don't have stamina or something like that, or I'm not this active, but then I do it with my boyfriend and then he makes me to start liking it. Do you understand? I found out through practical movements. Do you understand that kind of thing? So it's what you know before you actually enter marriage. You can't just jump into it and then find out that this guy is into some weird kinky stuff, and you can't be suspended from the ceiling. You can't. Do you understand? It's not something that you can subscribe to. So it's about finding your type, but it's not about women being selfish, because if we want to talk about selfish.
Now, since you brought us back to the selfish.
Let's go back to. So, are you saying that because somebody is married to you, for example, a woman who just had CS, right, or a woman who just delivered and she has tears, she had an episode, episode and then she was sewn up and everything. So because she's married and the man wants quality.
Now, hold on. So, let's remember the conversation. Let's not draw. Hold on, let's not draw the conversation into ridiculous lengths. The conversation started with a guy who was with his wife, and the wife said, stop. She didn't fight him off, she just said, stop.
The question is why? Why did she say stop?
Because she was no longer in the mood. I don't remember the story clearly, so let me not fill in the words. But let's imagine that because she was no longer in the mood, maybe he said something, or he asked for something, or something just happened and she keyed off.
She's right. She's no longer in the mood. Is that she's no longer in the mood?
Good. Now let me advise the guy. Sorry, advise the guy. Hold on. Advise the guy.
Advise him.
Yes.
Okay, so ask your wife what happened. Okay, instead of just getting angry, ask her what happened.
Sometimes you guys actually act very emotional for people who call us emotional. That was very
activities. Is there something she is doing wrong? How can we fix this?
Good. Now. So that the guy, here's my advice to the guy. Hold on. What's my business? What you want to do? As long as one of us is no longer interested in the relationship, I don't care what you want.
Did it just happen once?
Hold on. The guy took her back. For him, that. Listen. Hold on. I've met guys that women cheated on, and they continue the marriage. They are deal breakers for everyone. This probably was a deal breaker for him, and I understand perfectly where he was coming from. I will never allow a guy to be in a relationship with a woman that can control you with with intercourse. Let me explain it well. A woman that can tell you, will mess with your mood. Unless some guys can key off. Some guys will key off and deal with a lot of frustration and pain. Here is my advice for you as a guy listening to me now. Don't be stupid. These women will leave you either way. So understand that you should be prepared. If a woman does this to you, leave. Leave. No need to fight it. Sorry, we've overflogged it, but she went back. Now she also raised a valid point. Hold on.
Now, all I said is,
hold on.
I didn't actually go back. All I said is the only thing that got me angry was the part about us being selfish, when I know men have been very
good.
selfish.
So that's why I now want to come back to that. So we can have an agreement. As a man, if a woman frustrates you with that, you have every right to leave. Go. As a woman, if a man frustrates you with it, you also have every right to leave.
And understand that you can be frustrated, because some women are frustrated and stay.
Go. So if you are frustrated and stay, it's your choice.
No, it's only not only our choice. It's actually also our upbringing. Don't you understand?
Good.
Men
So
were
that's why
petty,
I'm
girls
telling.
were not.
That's why I'm telling girls. You are in a relationship with a man.
Everybody has their
Hold on, this thing is very important to listen.
Fine.
Doctor, wait. We will still continue tomorrow because this subject is long. I want this to be rendered clearly. If you are a woman and you are not being satisfied by your husband, and your husband is not doing anything to satisfy you, if you don't want to stay, you don't have to stay. Hello?
What's the rule of sex therapy? How about trying sex therapy first?
That's for Oyinbo people. Let me tell you something.
You're using internet.
It's not everything that we borrow from Oyinbo people. One thing I've noticed with all this therapy.
Try and find out if
Hold
it
on.
makes sense.
One thing I've noticed with this therapy is most people that I've spoken to about therapy does not work. Here is my advice. Listen, if you are willing to try therapy, let me add that. Try therapy. If you are not willing, you see, you don't have to be frustrated in this life. They don't born anybody together. You don't need to be frustrated. A woman will leave you the moment you cheat. She catches you, she will leave you abroad. She will leave you. She will not hear anything. Listen, the moment you can no longer provide financially, 90% of women will leave you. Are we communicating? So if you are not being provided for intercourseally, as a man or a woman, you can leave so as not to go to jail, so as not to cheat that will now make them leave. Think these things through properly. I'm not saying don't go to therapy, but know what you can take and know what you cannot take. It will save you a lot of problem down the line. A lot of people will say they don't agree with me. That's my own take. That's what I will teach my son. And that's what I'll teach you too. If you are not satisfied, you are not bad for living. If you come home one day and say, Daddy, I want to leave my husband. Why? He does not satisfy me. Good. Leave.
Dr. Freeze, I'm wondering why you've not seen this Mama Poo that's been ranting. Mama Poo 2000 has been ranting incessantly. Mama Poo 2020.
I've raptured that. Leave her as an idiot. You don't agree with me, no problem. A lot of people, if you read the comments, if you agree with me, raise your hand. If you disagree with me, do like this. Let's count it. Agree with me, disagree with me.
Make your points clear. I agree with you on
my points are clear. Both parties need to satisfy each other. A man needs to, it is your paramount duty as a man to satisfy your woman.
The point is not even doing like this. That is what everyone believes.
I don't care what you believe.
No, that is the general belief.
Hold on. If it is your paramount duty as your man, as a man, to satisfy your woman, And it is also your paramount duty as a woman to satisfy your man. So make sure you satisfy each other. If not, you can leave.
And I'm saying that before leaving, try communication and sex therapy. Before leaving, you can't just up and leave. Maybe you guys didn't have proper communication before you got married. Maybe you guys don't know, your preferences. You don't know what things you like. You don't know how far you can go and all of that. So I think there should be room for communication, therapy, and sex therapy before you just
Intercourse therapy.
All these things you're talking about, yeah, I feel like people who go the extra mile, like you said, love is measurable, right? I feel like it's for people who love to that extent of wanting to try that hard. Do you understand? Yeah, they might love themselves, but maybe just not that much. Do you understand? Although I would aspire, obviously, I would want the love that would be willing
My
to try.
woman
But-
can never tell me she
Just
wants some.
imagine that
Hold on.
Your partner ticks all the boxes, absolutely all the boxes, and just one box that your partner doesn't tick is the sexual, sexual compatibility or sexual, satisfaction. Are you just going to leave like that for someone?
Hold on. Is the equivalent of what you said.
10 boxes and somebody's ticking 9.
Now, somebody clicks 9 boxes and the 10th box is the person practices witchcraft. Are you going to stay?
Witchcraft, see, you can't compare the both of them. Hold on, because witchcraft, you cannot stop being a witch. However, you can learn how to.
Daddy, when she said you tick all the boxes, you tick all the boxes of these are my desires. How do you fulfill them? You can't say the 10 boxes witchcraft.
No, what she's saying, you tick all the boxes is you provide, you are handsome, you have this, you go to my kind of church, because religion is. So I can imagine I met this girl, she's good in bed, she's everything I want in a woman, beautiful, tall, intelligent, rich, smart, everything, but then she practices witchcraft. It's a deal breaker. It's the equivalent.
Do you know what is crazy? Do you know what is crazy? If that's a deal breaker in your mind, because how did you not know she was a witch before you married
20
her?
years ago, your sexual prowess, right? Your coital prowess, is it the same as now? I'm asking you. 20 years ago, 30 years ago, your coital prowess.
Listen to what Nneka Spiff is saying. Listen to what Nneka Spiff is saying. Compatibility should be in the top 3 categories. Compatibility is very important. And you see, all this therapy, going to therapy, you cannot turn a downfall to a Ferrari. You can make it a bit faster, but there's a limit to which you cannot go. So like you said,
in this case, I don't think there's therapy for this, because this is an issue of belief system. Do you understand? He believes something completely different. Do you understand? It's like Satanist and Christian. They're two very.
I'm telling you.
Things. It's not like
Daddy, you did not answer my question. Right?
Ask your question again.
20 years ago, your gondola administration. 30 years ago.
Hold on. 20 years ago. 20 years ago. Hold on. 20 years ago, my fingers were as strong as they are now. So is my tongue. So is the shop down the road that sells what you can get. Are you irritated?
Yes, of course I am.
Well, you brought up this thing.
No, I didn't bring up my parents.
Okay, so obviously it cannot be. Obviously it cannot be. Now we're going to end now, because this is not going to go anywhere. This argument is we are going to argue back and forth.
No, so sorry. Let me be clear. I'm not talking about strength. I'm not talking about coital strength. I'm saying prowess, like skills. When you start a job.
Yeah,
5 years experience, not be the same thing as IT.
Yes.
10 years experience. I'm not talking about strength
of course, experience gets better. But here's the problem. In Nigeria, or a Nigerian man, as they grow older, they have more responsibilities, so they have less time to, when you are dating a woman in university, you people go to school, come back, You're on holiday, you have nothing to do, you explore, you teach each other things, you play around, you understand? But once that woman starts having children, I've seen this happen. Once a woman starts having children, most women, libido starts to go down. Most women, once they reach a certain age, or many women, let me not say most, it's not measurable. Many women, once they reach this level, the libido starts to decline. So here's the thing here. What do you want to say? Say what you wanted to say. You've let me lose my.
Based on what you're saying right now, I'm not sure because I've never been a mom. But like, do you remember the last topic that we discussed together?
Yes, but that's
Yeah.
not for the
Yeah,
radio,
it's
for,
not. Yeah,
yes.
it's not about that now. But like, there's some women who it's not necessarily that their libido has gone down. It's a thing of I'm a mom. I shouldn't be doing this. It's actually a mentality. As in, I'm a mother.
I was
now.
talking to
Doing all
buttress
those
your
things-
point. I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was like,
I shouldn't be. I'm not a small girl getting all these small highs from bedroom play. Do you understand?
no,
Some women,
I was talking to a woman.
some women really age themselves with their mind.
You've not met women. It is the same hormones, oh, it's the same blood that is first. When people say,
I'm telling you, you have no idea how badly women have been conditioned.
Hold on.
Do you know that the same way, women probably enjoy, coitus more than men? Do you know that?
That what?
Do you know
What
that?
did you
Women
say?
enjoy more than men.
Yes. Are
No,
you
yeah,
aware?
no. Our orgasms are very intense. You guys don't even orgasm. You guys
People
don't even
act like
time
you're the
out.
only ones that enjoy it. People act like, women actually want it. It's just that because of
Someone
the
says, Daddy
societal
Freeze,
norms,
listen to the doctor, you will know
because
more.
of the
Listen,
conformity, yeah,
Jojo.
women feel like they don't have they cannot ask for it first. They can't show that they like it. They
Yeah,
cannot,
women have been discouraged from even
express
Hold on.
acting like they like it.
Hold on. Sorry, I want to tackle somebody. Daddy Freeze, listen to the doctor, you will know more. If I've called Dr. Kelechi when it comes to medical, a very dumb statement. When it comes to medical things, I cannot, if I was asking you a medical related question, it is totally different. We are having a human experience conversation. Your experience counts as a doctor and a human. Her experience counts as a human. My experience counts as a human. I was watching Oprah Winfrey one day. Oprah Winfrey brought a doctor, and the doctor said that, that thing that happens to men when they start but cannot finish. It pains them. The doctor said it's a lie. And me, I used to experience that pain before. And the doctor was live on television saying my pain does not exist. So the fact that
Was the doctor a woman?
The doctor was a man. Let me tell you something. And the person I was in a relationship with that time said, yes, you can see. I used to tell you that thing. You used to tell me. I said, no problem. One day, the person needed me to drop them off in the market. They were on their period and they were having cramps. I dropped them off in the market, switched off my phone, and went home to sleep. The person had to carry load inside market. The person now came home and was crying that, but I told you I had cramps. I said, cramps don't exist. My mother has never had cramps. There's no other girl I've dated in my life that has ever had cramps. Since you listened to the doctor the other day that says it's something I feel does not exist, why do you expect me to believe your own exists because you are telling me your own exists and you bring one or two other? All the 20 people I've met in my life do not have it. So we also need to understand, and let's stop sounding stupid. Let me block this cow. Let's stop sounding stupid. Listen to the doctor. I'm not stupid. I listen to a doctor when it comes to health matters. But this particular matter is not a health matter. This is a personal experience matter. I've been married. Dr. too has been married before. My experience in marriage is different from the doctor's experience in marriage. And the doctor is not a marriage counselor. She can tell me, okay, this thing goes up, this thing comes down, this thing does this thing. But when it comes to marriage, there's a totally different experience. So we are sharing experiences. When it comes to STIs and the doctor is talking, I will not say PIM, because that is a medical.
Menstrual pain is a thing. We don't even want to go into that. And also that pain that you feel, is actually existent. However,
Good.
it is subjective, and there are different grades.
Same thing with menstrual
The way
pain.
they say it as if, oh, blue balls, if I don't come, if I don't do this, I will die. You know, you will not die. Go and take a hot shower.
You too. Menstrual pain will not.
It will go. It's not that, yeah, if I don't do
Oh, I
No,
used to do that
no,
thing.
but you know it's possible that yours can hurt here, but can blue balls take you to the hospital?
I don't think
You
so.
said?
Exactly, but girls get admitted on their period.
I've never seen a girl that I've
I
never
have.
been.
I have.
Have you ever been admitted on your period?
No.
Good. So it's not a topic.
But it doesn't mean because I haven't been admitted doesn't mean I shouldn't have been.
In fact, I can't
There are
go
times
to
when I will
work
have to
for
do
one
activities
whole
while I'm on my
week.
period. I
have
have
to
no
be
choice.
I'm in my house. I'm taking injections.
Period. No, they kill. No be disease. Now period. Our mama do am, they not die.
No. Let's not even go.
Because you listen, you don't hold on. You minimized. Listen, I have never. Okay,
It is very real.
hold on.
Very real. It is painful. It is like labor pain. It can be like labor pain.
Hold on, guys. Hi, guys.
You
You
know I
see,
vomited because I was on my period, right?
hold on, guys.
Have you? Because you had blue balls.
No, I haven't.
Wow.
But I have also met women that have never felt a pain before, and I actually know one of them very well, and you do too.
Yes.
Good.
But
So
if
here,
you're
listen, there's
female-
something you said that I disagree with, doctor. You said it varies, and since it doesn't send the man to the hospital, he should go and have a shower. No, that is wrong.
No.
You-
That's not
But I
what
know
I
If
guys
a
can
man
have
has the pain, listen, if the man has the pain, now-
I just mentioned ways that you can relieve the pain.
by shower,
Daddy,
absolute
wait.
nonsense.
Daddy, wait, can I say something now?
Yes.
I know a guy
You
who
can.
relieves it by showering.
You can. Showers
Exactly,
can.
showers
Okay,
can.
hold on,
Wait, I'm not
hold on.
done. I'm not done. I was the one speaking, please. It's the same way girls use hot water to relieve ours.
Good. So
Yeah,
you
that-
can use hot water and
Exactly, but you're becoming
it's
too
blood,
How?
blood flow
emotional
through
about
the-
it.
no, because you are becoming more emotional about
No,
it.
but it's the truth. It's the same way our orgasms are higher than yours. Are we trying to just belittle you
Say
guys?
they
for
say
no
shower
reason?
care. Say they see. Say they see. Say they see. You
Then
see,
that guy is not like you. Finish. It varies, right? Did they not just
hold
say
on,
varies?
hold on. It's difficult to have conversations with women.
Oh my, we have not even done anything. That's the funny thing. We only said something and you got angry about
It
it.
cannot kill you. If you don't do it, you will not die.
Menstrual pain no be disease. It cannot kill you either. Get up and go and walk. Shower can't help. Let's tell ourselves the
It won't
truth.
help everyone, but that you're
Good.
saying it won't help.
Ah.
Because she's not the first person I'm hearing it from.
Okay, sorry. Survey time. Guys, hold on.
And if you are also one of the guys who have never had, please talk about it.
Hold
I
on.
can't hear you guys when I'm talking.
Okay, talk.
So pain, yeah. Some people have better threshold, a higher threshold for pain, and some don't. Some people, they psychologically, they've already told themselves that if they don't do this thing, the pain will not come down. It will not come down.
Doctor, I want to ask you a question.
So psychology is also.
Wait, do they give
Wait.
voice painkillers?
Hold on. Doctor, I know somebody that took Viagra and the woman said no. They had to literally use syringe to suck the blood out of his bola. So yes, it can take you to hospital.
Because that's because the person went to use Viagra now.
And who said
If you don't use
the woman came to his house? She wanted it. She wanted him to be active. Then somewhere down the line, the woman says, I don't want again. This one was even a wicked woman because as soon as she arrived, she now said she's not doing again. She reached her own junction. She said, drop me here. I'm not going
But then you
again.
have to give a fair story where he did not
Don't
take a
just go and
drug.
take Viagra.
Exactly.
See,
Give
it's
a
not
fair
something
story
that
where
you
it was
just
his
go,
biology that caused
over the
it.
counter and take. Consult your doctor. Sometimes you don't even need those drugs. All this boko, something that you take up and down. Sometimes you don't even need it.
Someone is saying, doctor, don't be biased. Doctor, in this particular matter, you are biased alone.
They don't even want you to last that long, but you are there expressing yourself. Some women, all they want is even just clitoral stimulation. They don't even want penetration, but you want to kill yourself. Are you drilling borehole? Are you looking for gold? Are you looking for oil?
She's not lying.
Do you know? Have you asked Yoma what she wants? and you just want to kill yourself for nothing.
No, but you know I've told you this thing
Communication
before.
is very important.
But you
Communication
know I've told
is
you
Yes.
this
very,
before.
very important. You need to understand what your partner wants, okay? So that you're not giving somebody the food when the person just wants to shoot. Okay? Topic for another day. Let's have this topic. This particular topic, let's have it another day.
Okay, we're going to come back next week. What day is today? Are you around next week?
I'm
Oh,
going back to school.
when are you going back to school? Tuesday.
Tuesday.
And we can do Monday now. I won't collect booking for Monday. So I can mark it in the calendar. What do you think? Or should we do Saturday? So
The cure room is saying that no be men, you go tell that one. Men must impress. Please, it's not everybody that wants you to impress. It's not government.
Now-
that
See,
wants you
it is your ego.
Now,
women
now,
are emotional.
now.
The men and your
They don't come
ego.
to carry concrete.
Now,
don't
now,
know.
let me tell a man. Let me tell a
Please,
man.
some people just want it passionately and slowly and moderately. Please, communicate.
I've met.
Please, what you
Listen,
want,
hold on. I've met different types of women before. You know, you've met women. When I was younger, I met a girl. She said, just hit it. So, because I was with her for like 4 or 5 months, I got used to hitting. Then I met this other one. Said, no, you are going to injure me. Just be doing it slowly. So I did it slowly for another set of. Hold on. So I did it slowly for another while. Then I now met this one and I was doing it slowly. The girl looked at me and said, what are you doing? I wanted to run mad.
That's
What is
why
that
I've been saying the
difference?
communication is very key. Because some women don't like penetration. You now go and be killing yourself to penetrate. When you are done with your 30 minutes or 1 hour display, she will now go to her house and go and use her own hand to give herself pleasure of 1 minute and she will ejaculate.
Now, that is very, very important. That's why I said a man must satisfy his woman. You must know what she wants.
What she wants.
You must find out.
Need assessment based.
And women must satisfy their guys. Know what you want. So let's round this off by taking the topics. What I learned from today's session, I'm gonna say my own. You're gonna say your own, and doctor's gonna have the last word. 1, a woman has the right to her body. If she says stop, you must stop. Does not mean you must continue in the relationship. If she says stop, you must stop. Continuing in the relationship is now optional. 2, women must satisfy their men. Men must likewise satisfy their women. She is not your toilet to go and release. You must satisfy her. It is unfair to cage an eagle and not let the eagle fly, and then get the eagle to satisfy your own needs. Men, learn to satisfy your women. Final thing that we agreed on is blue pain for men is as bad as the one for women. It varies. Let me finish my own. You have your time now. It varies. It can be more painful or less painful depending on the man. Finally, there was something I wanted to say, but you've now gotten to my head. Finally, women, behave yourselves. Men, behave yourselves. Over to you. What did you learn from today's session?
Exactly. I have not. I'm still standing where I stand. Okay, tell me what I should have learned. I've actually not learned anything new. No.
Okay, what have you put together from today's session?
Okay, what I've put together from today's session is women have a right to their bodies. Do you understand? Some people are still very traditional in their thinking. Everyone should just find their own spec, find who is right for you, find your missing puzzle. Do you understand? And what's it called? I believe that even if love has different measurements, I still believe that some people do not know what love is and just engage in relationships. Do you understand? And Yeah, that's basically it. Like everything is just pretty basic. That everything is just pretty basic to me. I just feel like the only thing that really hit my soul was the selfish. That's the only thing that I'm
But
carrying.
we've
And
addressed it now.
it is not enough. It is not enough because the fact that he could even say it that women are so after what women have done, and you could even say it, it's already
No,
offensive.
women can be very selfish too.
Good. So men can also be very self. In fact, do you know that some men do not even they just disregard women's orgasms. They
No,
don't even
that's
care.
nonsense. I
But women,
never
but
do
men,
that. I've never done that in my life before. I will
but
do
most men are like
everything. I
that.
will do everything to make my woman, if she says she wants it, I will do it in any way or form.
See, no problem, good for you. But I'm saying for you to even say that women are selfish, it is like anyone who should have said it first. It should have come out of a woman's mouth first that a man is selfish when it comes to intercourse.
Which you are right anyway. So
Exactly,
you
that's
have
the
made
only thing.
sense. Can we move? All right, over to doctor. You are muted, doctor.
Okay, so in summary, the law that says that men cannot rape their wives in marriage should be looked into and updated to protect women. Okay, women have their bodies, their choices, and she wears the shoes. She knows where it hurts, so she should do her first. Also, in every relationship, there should be communication. There should be communication so that you know exactly what your partner wants and what you guys are trying to achieve. And when there's coital incompatibility, instead of just leaving like that, try therapy and communication first. Okay, and then I also learned that we should not trivialize the pain of men.
Thank you.
Say that
I have never
blue balls
trivialized the
the
pain
pain.
of
You
men.
have.
Let's
Shut
not
up.
trivialize
No,
it.
I
And
would just do
also,
not agree that it is as
let's
bad
not
as
trivialize period pain because it is also real. So what we can do, but also men should know that it is not something that can kill. They can.
Neither can period kill. I've not met one woman that period has
I
killed.
don't think period kills
gondola
it.
into the kunchas. They should go and take a hot shower or a cold shower and just relax and everything will calm down. Whatever goes up will what surely calm down. And in all, let's all respect our opinions and keep learning new things and hopefully okay, last. Thank you.
All right, doctor, before you go, I want to address this woman. You see, that's my problem with women. Efio Sowe says, Daddy Freeze, you are Daddy Freeze, not men. My problem with you women is, can you allow a man to speak against me? Dear men, all the things I've been saying this night, do you understand it? Does it apply to you? Because a woman will want a man fashioned in a certain way that will suit her. Selfishly,
What are we looking at? What are we looking at?
Not all women will do that. Well, unfortunately, hello, Emma.
Good evening,
Good morning, sir. Now, my sister, hi there. Okay, so the thing is, I'm coming in at the time where we're rounding off, right? Daddy, please, I don't have period pains, but I know there was a time. I know I experienced it for maybe 2 months or 3 months, and that's it. I don't have period pain. Sometimes my period come and I don't even know. I don't even get the early signs sometimes. Sometimes maybe tenderness of breast, just and then it will come and then go and I'm up and about. I don't have period pains, right? But I know people who period pains lands in the hospital. I know people who don't do anything, their business work because of period pains. But the thing we should be talking about is what exactly causes period pains. Period pains, some are natural, some are not. And some people don't know. Some people don't even know what is causing their period pain. There's this, are you a doctor, ma? Is it endometriosis? I don't know what that is called. There are women, you pity any woman that has that. Period pain is usually hellish with such women. You will weep. Daddy Freeze, if you have any woman, especially when she doesn't know what the problem is,
You will cry around her when she's having. You will cry, I bet you. Let's get a woman with embro, whatever. When she's having a period pain, that if you will cry. Let's place a bet. That thing is painful. I can't stand around any woman who has that. All I can do is send messages, call, hi, sorry. I hope you're better. In fact, sometimes I don't want to call. So there are things that I know a few, maybe some 2-3 ladies around me with that, and I cannot imagine what they experience during their period. I also understand that. In fact, one of them is someone who is close to me, and it's something she's always experienced, because we're wondering, growing up, she would, anytime it's her period, you know, she's lying down, we didn't understand until she got to her 30s, and she's about 40, whatever now, right? And I don't think we have a lasting final solution to it. Please, I stand to be corrected, ma'am. Because I understand that, okay, you have to take out your uterus or something, but again, it doesn't profile the solution.
No, once you've taken out your uterus, then you can't have menstrual pain again. Where is the menstrual pain coming from?
Stop that. One thing. That's why I said you should correct.
Okay, so that's, if you know endometriosis, it means that you have your uterine, your womb tissues outside the uterus. You know, it's outside the uterus, so it has gone somewhere else. So if you remove the uterus, those ones that are there, they'll still get the pain. However, wait, but children, no. Are you able? I wanted to say children.
Don't let us symbolize this thing, because now I'm afraid to live in Lagos. So after political error, we'll continue. Please.
Okay, so now, but the thing is, that's not the if the problem is not endometriosis, you have to actually find out what else is causing the problem, because it might not be.
Yes, I understand what you're saying. That's why I say different things. But I'm using endometriosis because that one is something I know about. Now,
Okay.
So now, when that advice came up, and in fact, 2 of them said they were willing to, because they didn't want to go through that. But when that this thing came up to say, oh, it does stop the pain, because in most cases you might need to experience it. In more cases, you might still feel the pain. At that point, there is no use to go take out their uterus. So they'll continue this thing they have decided to live with. The things that happens to people that they cannot stand up and walk. Some can't even stand up straight when they are walking, that it freeze. So period pain thing. Me, I don't experience it. I don't know. Sometimes I just say, I'm like, oh, okay, it's my period. And by the time I'm done, I don't even, okay, so I have to stop wearing pads. I don't know, I don't feel any pain, but there are women who go through a whole lot just to...
Okay. Now, let me end what I says. What I said. We were fine. Doctor and I were agreeing and disagreeing mildly until we got to where doctor said, if you have blue bees, go and have a hot shower. Now, when me, I vex me. Look at somebody's comment here. It says, me, I have cried because of blue bees.
Did you have a hot shower?
Did you have a hot shower? Hot shower don't work.
But did you try it?
Hold on.
Were you mentally ready?
Hold on.
No,
the only time in my life, listen to me. Listen to me. Let me explain something to you. The only time in my life, the only time in my life.
Okay, I think another thing we should look at is this is one stretch.
You are downplaying it. Now, hold on. Just like you are saying this endometritis, did the woman die? She did not die. You see, my problem is if you don't appreciate my pain, I will never appreciate your own. Now, let me tell you. Hold on. Do you know that the first time I had this thing? Hold on. Wait. No, it doesn't work. For men, you see, it doesn't give the full what.
It's just like when we're talking. There are women who masturbation doesn't work for.
Now, hold on. Can I talk? Wait now. Can I talk? Hold on. The first time in my life that I thought of getting inside my car and driving and start looking for a woman to pick up and pay for was when this thing happened to me once. As in, I literally said, you know what, if I get inside my car and I drive to Ikeja, I go see woman now, go cost pass how much. Let's establish that. It is there was once I was in a relationship with someone. The person just, those kind of things. Now, here's the thing, I don't like kissing and cuddling if it's not going to lead to that. Because now you're going to set me up. So I can play, you can gist, play, put my head on. But once you start kissing, some women like it, they just do, then they stop. It's okay for me now. You are wicked, you are a witch. Sorry, I will run and leave you and your mama. Me, if you like that one. So here's my solution. If I notice that you be like that, if you didn't near me, I go to run from you. If you didn't near me, say, oh baby, come and hug me. I'll say, I'm coming. I left something on the fire, but you don't cook, and I cook today. I go to run from you so that you will not set me up. Now, so I did relationship with one woman one day. Now, so she set me up like that too. She can't turn until she won't sleep. Baba, I nearly burn house. It's to say I get lighter and petrol, I go burn that house.
I agree with
Now let me finish. So I was now lying down like this. Hold on. I was lying down like this.
Recognize these things.
Wait.
Women should recognize these things. Everyone's stress.
Wait.
It's acceptable.
Wait. I was lying down like this. As in, it's like I drank black coffee at night. I could not sleep. Meanwhile, the man, see, I no stab a knife, now small remain. Guess what now happened? As I was there, I was just looking through my phone. Now, so one woman sent me message, say, I'm near your area. This was like 3 a.m. She went club, it was a Friday night. I'm near your area. Can you come out? Omo, if you see the speed where I take wear clothes, wrong, go outside. So, you see, at the end of the day, this thing, you've downplayed it for men. Go and shower, you'll be all right. That's what they've always said to men. And that's why even at that beginning, that first conversation we had, a woman that will tell you stop in the middle of it is wicked. She's a witch. She needs deliverance. Take her to your pastor. Let her drink 2 gallons of Goya oil. Wickedness day inside her body. Woman, wait, una don't start.
Okay, so let's say, okay, what if she's on her period? Hold on. What if she's on her period? What will you do with your blue balls?
No, that's the thing.
Okay, wait.
Hold on. Hold on.
Why understanding what you are saying?
Let me explain. Wait, you are not letting me explain it. You will not get to the stage of blue balls because what are me and you doing if you are on your period? We are watching TV. We are gisting. We are going to a restaurant to eat.
So you need someone to touch you before you. Wait, so you can't get turned on by yourself?
No, I will not allow at my age. I will not allow myself to just get turned on. No.
There are men that do not need to touch you to get aroused.
Then you have a mouth. Use it. What's wrong with your mouth?
You say what?
What is wrong with your mouth? You have mouth. Is it for only eating and talking all day?
What's wrong with your hand? What if she doesn't want to? What's up your hand? If she has refused to help you, why not help yourself?
Can you see the women? Women are always going to be biased.
Shadow her with the responsibility of helping you out.
Can you see how women are biased? Men, Sheona, they see run from all these women, including this one.
See, look, they're not even saying anything. They're just giving you the what ifs because this is life. It's not a video game. There's so many
See, men
possibilities.
here are saying I'm representing them.
I'm not done. Cool, you guys are cute. But like my point is, they're only giving you the what ifs. This is real life. It's not a video game. Answer all the questions. What if?
First
So
of
give
all,
me an
let me tell you
answer.
something. I will not get in that mood with a woman who is on her period because I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go kissing. We will go eating, We will go Netflixing. We will go sleeping. We will go.
Imagine both of you are Netflixing and
Daddy,
then
please,
they
I
put
was- do you know
up
that-
the
do you know that-
sexiest
do you know that
scene.
they're actually-
It will not
Oh,
affect
you know
me.
that there's some
Sin does not affect me.
There's some acts that is actually, you know,
Daddy, please, this is you. There are men whose period, women who are on their period are their fetish. What
Then
happens in that case?
it's their fetish. Enjoy your fetish. I don't.
So what you're saying now cannot be this your own personal experience. You say this blue balls thing has to do with the person, and it's not a general thing.
Just like menstrual pain, it's not a general thing. Why are we worried about it? Why are we bothering about it? Women will be all right.
But only bother for the women who actually have the problems.
There's something called, there's a difference between, can I say
That's
something?
very weird.
Yes.
Okay, so there's difference between S intercourse and S outer course.
Somebody said I must sow seed to your message. Please sow seed, Jerry. Men are being spoken for the first time. You have made us.
For the first time since what? In an hour? You guys are always being spoken for. That's the
Men
you
are
guys
being
have been
spoken for
since the
today.
dawn of time. That is why it is in the constitution that you can't rape your wife.
I don't know
You
if
guys
there's
are always
some
being
things you
spoken
can do.
for.
You can actually do outer course during your period. Every other thing apart from penetration, every other thing. And for women who use menstrual cups, you know, there's a menstrual cup. That means you're not using a pad. Menstrual cup, so you can't even see that she's on a period. You can't see anything. You can actually, you know, you can see it, like, you will not even know she's on a period, but she's on a period because she's in the menstrual cup, and it's a silicone that is inserted inside. So you can do every other thing apart from penetration, right?
All the men in the house are saying that the freeze they represent. Somebody even wants to sow seed to my message. What's it paying you? I'm representing the
It
men.
is no problem. You guys are cute. But I will still say what I have to say.
And what's that you have to say?
You guys are being very emotional, women. That's the truth. And you
Can
guys
I
are very
say something?
you guys are very manipulative. That's what you're doing. You're
We
being very
men are being manipulative. I agree. No, you said say it again.
I
What is
said
it?
you men are being
And
very
I said it. We men are being manipulative.
Okay.
Did I not say what you said?
Okay.
I'm right now.
I understand what you did, but it's not cute. It's not funny.
Daddy freeze. I think there are two different things. We can
See the men. We stand with Daddy Freeze.
I want to say something before I leave.
pause. There are two
When you
different
fix
things.
you, we'll see you stand with Daddy Freeze.
Hmm?
It's still women you look for.
We
Can
men
I say something before
are
I
very
leave?
manipulative.
There are things that lead to blue balls,
You
right?
should
But
do a speech
period
on that.
pain to some people
What do you think?
is a
It's
part of
nice.
their
Let's
life.
do it.
It's something they have to experience.
But we are saying the same thing.
long
No,
as
you are
they
saying it
seeing
differently.
their period.
We'll do it tomorrow.
So we cannot compare both of them, right? So
Oh,
I
compare
think,
it,
and then this blue balls can be controlled. It can be controlled.
Same
The
thing with
menstrual
menstrual pain.
But that's the thing. No everyone wants to
Use
take painkillers. It's
Panadol.
always good.
Oh, it's not always good. You will learn it,
You
Ni.
can't always take painkillers anyhow. It's
Can I say
bad.
something before I leave?
Doctor, it's your session actually. It's just that we hijacked it from you.
Yeah, no, if I'm not
And there are
running
two
something,
questions I
my
wanted to
session,
ask.
Oh, yeah.
Let me just say what I'll say before I leave.
Oh yeah.
Abby, tomorrow is International Women's Day. Okay, so I am on behalf
No,
of my
please, you
NGO
can't rest
and in
on me.
collaboration with someone
Why?
else.
Because
I'm
of
going
your
to be on
blue balls.
Facebook Live. I'm talking
How
about
can you say
period
that?
hygiene, nutrition, and pain management.
Mm-hmm.
Coincidentally, that's our topic for tomorrow. Period hygiene, nutrition, and pain management. So if you want us to continue this conversation, it's happening tomorrow. Sorry, today by 9 p.m. on Facebook. So anybody who wants to join can come and join. The truth is that have another session and talk about something else, or we just continue the conversation because apparently people are interested in the conversation. So thank you for having me, guys.
No, please, can I ask you a question? I just want to ask too.
Stop arguing. Yeah,
No, it's not. It is not to
arguing.
know. It's not arguing. I just want to know.
She wants to know.
When men wake up in the morning with erections, is that conjugal?
early morning erection.
No, once you get to a certain age, that one reduces.
But that-
It happens mostly
can
for
that-
children.
Can that lead to
Sometimes
blue
once, twice a
balls?
week,
Not really.
once-
Not
for
really.
some-
You see, blue balls comes from the intention. Your brain, you see, your brain now they charge that thing. So it is psychological, but it transfers pain
You
there.
understand the psychology for men. What about the ones that make us tight? That makes us dry up.
Oh, like I said, since you have said our pain does not exist, your own too does not exist. Deal with it. Deal with your imaginary
Please,
pains.
I do not agree with that. I don't.
But can you see how women are?
It does
They'll
not
say it's not an illness. Look at what somebody said.
But do you know that we discussed this thing
But
before we got to blue balls and
I still
cramps?
stand on that saying that.
Oh my
we
God, she has
cannot
gone. I've not
compare-
asked my second
you can't
question.
compare-
Doctor has gone and he did
They
not
are
ask
two
us
different
question.
things. They are two different things. They are two different things. We cannot compare these two things together. We cannot.
Some say morning glory is the glory of God.
Yours does not exist, but yours can be handled. You have ways of handling it. There are women that when they are on their menstrual period, even when they take pain relief,